good morning to you. How you doing today? I am excited that you guys are here. I'm excited to be talking to you this morning about how to find legit agents. Um, everybody wants to get an agent. We talked the last couple of days about what an agent is and what an agent is not. We also talked about the materials that you need before you go looking for an agent. You need to have your ready. You need to have your packet ready. You need to have your picture, your resume, your demo reel. You need to have your casting sites set up where you're paying subscription. You should also have an IMDb page. And here is one of the reasons why you need to have a subscription to IMDb Pro. So today we're talking about how to find a legit agent. I love using IMDb Pro when I am looking for an agent. The reason why I will usually write down a bunch of actors whose work I like, some who are close to me or have a, a, a similar vibe to me. I like looking for guys who are similar to what I sell. The man version of me. And then I type in their name into IMDb Pro, find out who their agent is, and then I'll keep a sheet. So on the first column I'll have the name of the actor. Second column I'll have the name of the agent. Third column I'll have their address and information. Fourth column I will put down their handles on social media. And I start doing that, and I go down the list and I start looking at the actors who I like, whose work I really respect. And sometimes they'll be with the same agent. I may hit that agent 3 times because of actors who I like. So that is one way I start looking for the agents. Another way I start looking for agents is I will go through the IMDb Pro and I will type in agencies. Maybe I heard of an agency. Maybe I was watching one of the SAG-AFTRA panels where they had a bunch of agents. I will jot down the name of the agent, their agency. I will go into IMDb Pro. I will see who they have on their roster. The first 5 actors that they have on their roster, I will do a check. I will see, are their credits current? Are they working? Because that tells me a lot about the agent. If their first 5 or 10 clients are currently working, it tells me this agent and agency is on the money. They are doing their job. So I write down that list. I am looking for a list of about 20 agencies that I can hone in and submit. No more. You don't need more than 20. You know, first do your due diligence in researching these 20 agencies. Once I have an idea and I've gotten my list together of the agencies, and maybe I'll put down actors who I know and find out who their reps are if they're working a lot. I'll find out who their reps are. I will start to add them to the list. And then once I have my list of 20, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to type in the name of the agency and the agent and ask any issues with this agency, and then see what comes up, because that also tells me about the agency. There are some agencies who get into a lot of trouble with actors. They don't pay them their money. I mean, there's all kind of things that happen, and you want to know if this is a clean agency. Another thing I like to do, because I am a union member, SAG-AFTRA, proud baby, uh, is that I will go to sagaftra.org, look up the franchises, the agent franchises, because that also informs me. That tells me that these agents are serious enough. They know that they are working with actors, and it's important for them to be a franchise agency. A few years ago, there was a big hoopla, and a lot of agencies stopped being franchises, and it became a big old mess because they didn't want to be accountable to the union. And to me, that's a problem when you don't want to be accountable to a union that is taking care of your clients. It should all work together. Anyway, that's another story. But so you start looking at those agencies that are franchised by the union. This Why am I saying this? Because you want to start contacting legit agencies. There's a lot of agencies out there that pop up every day, but they are not legit. They're not franchised, or they don't have licenses to be an agent, and they operate under the radar. And those are the agencies that will try to charge you money before you get any work. Please do not sign with any agency that's going to try to charge you money before you book the job. Let me say this again. I went through this yesterday. An agency does not get paid until you get paid. If you are non-union, you pay 20% of whatever you made on whatever project they got you booked on. If you are union, you pay 10% of whatever you made on the project they booked you on. No more, no less. Okay? And some agencies want you to sign a form, a release form, so they get your check before you do. Some agencies want to, they're called authorization sheets, and I'm not a big fan of that. I like to get my money and then give them their commission. That's just me. But I understand why a lot of agencies require that, because a lot of times actors will get paid and not pay the agent, which is not good. You got to pay the agent when you get the check. So, but that's something for you to know. You may sign with an agent, and when they give you the contract to sign with them, usually it's a year contract. Also, something to know, that with the union, I believe it's either 45 days or 90 days. If you haven't gotten work in that time, you could break the contract. You could send them a letter, copy SAG-AFTRA if you're a union member, and just say, thank you so much, but I am choosing to move on. That is a way to break the contract if you have not booked any work within that time frame. I can't remember if it's 90 days or if it's 45 days. It might be 90. But if you haven't booked work in 3 months, you can, and you are not happy with the agent and they're not submitting you for anything, or you feel like they're not submitting you for anything, the first thing I would do is set a meeting with the agent and talk to them and say, hey, it's been very quiet the last 3 months. I just want to know, is there something that I need to be doing to help you? Or, is there, what's going on? So you can get the information, because sometimes they are submitting you, but there's nothing, you're not getting chosen by the casting director to have a self-tape. So you want to make sure, we talked about this earlier, you want to make sure that you are creating a healthy relationship with your agent, that you're contacting them at least twice a month, either letting them know what you're working on, letting them know if you're getting new headshots, asking their advice if they have recommendations with photographers that they really like their work, because legit agents will usually have a list of photographers that they like their work, that they think are very helpful to the actor to nail what it is that they sell. Especially commercial agents will give you a list. They are good with that. So whether you're looking for a theatrical agent or a commercial agent, you want to do your due diligence. You want to research them. You want to find out everything you can. One of my favorite AI tools right now for researching, I use them every day, is called Perplexity.ai. And you can type in the name of the agent, and it would be you would type in Bob Johnson, agent at Lamp Agency, and then please give me everything you know. Or you could say, who is, I'm sorry, let me start that again. You can say, who is Bob Johnson at Light Agency or Lamp Agency? And it will give you everything about that agent. If there's anything on that agent in the internet, you're going to get it. You can also say, give me information about the Lamp Agency, how old they are, when did they start, who are some of their top clients. You can do that as well. Um, I I can't tell you how much I love Perplexity.ai. That is my jam. That is my jam to search, to research people. You could also use Gemini.ai. Um, uh, I like them. It's not my jam, but you might find a different thing with Gemini.ai. And so do your due diligence. If you know actors who are with those agents that you have on your list, call them up, chat with them, ask them what they think about their agents, how long they've been with them, how do they like them, what are the pros and cons of being with that agency. Get all the information. There's not going to be a perfect agent or agency. You got to find, it's like dating. You're not going to find a perfect person, but you are going to find somebody that you have common ground with, that you connect with, you have chemistry with, uh, you share values with. And that's what you're looking for with an agent. You want somebody who's going to get you, who's going to get what you sell, and who is going to work for you. It is your job to build that relationship. Agents usually have over 100 clients. How do you stand out within that large pool of talent? How do you how do you keep your face in front of that agent? I don't have an agent at the moment, but all the years that I had agents, they knew me because I was in there at least once a month. I was either bringing something, little treat to say, hey, hi. I was bringing new pictures, new resumes. I always had a reason why I needed to be in front of them. Sometimes I would come in with postcards and say, hey, my show's going to air this week. I wanted to give you a postcard. If you can watch it, it'd be great. I am doing a showcase. I'm doing a show. I just met with a casting director in a workshop. I just met a casting director at the supermarket. Sometimes you meet people at the supermarket, at Starbucks. So keep in touch with your agents. It's really, 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 really important. Okay. Again, if you don't have a subscription to IMDb Pro, as a professional actor, you really need it. They charge $150 a year, or you can get it, I believe it's like $15, $20 a month. that you can pay for it. And when you get your IMDb Pro account, make sure you have a current picture, a current headshot of yourself. Put up your resume. I'm sorry, not your resume. Put up your a little short bio. Also, make sure you have contact information, how you can be contacted. And then once you get the agent, then you're gonna add them to your contact information. Okay, and always have an email that people can find you. And you should have a dedicated email for your acting. Dedicated email for your acting. Not an email that you get everything, because if you're getting everything in an email, you might miss a possible audition. You might miss a possible meeting. Keep your professional email separate from your personal email. That is something I learned a long time ago. Do not mix the two if you can help it. And it doesn't cost anything to go ahead and get a Gmail account, or get a uh, a Microsoft email. You because you could do that through. I know you could do that through GoDaddy. I have a couple of those as well. Um, so as you are researching the agent, also go into YouTube, type in their name, and see if they've done any interviews. Now, I will say this with Perplexity.ai, when you type in their names, they will give you videos that they've done as well. They'll give you videos, they'll give you pictures, they'll give you articles, they'll give you general information on them. Perplexity.ai is the bomb. That's all I have to say. But you can go to YouTube and look it up. You can also type in the agent's name next to podcast and see maybe they've done some podcast interviews, and get as much information as you can. Also, type in their name and put in Instagram to see if they're on Instagram. Type in their name and put in uh, X. Type in their name and put in Facebook or LinkedIn to see if they're on those platforms. Because that's another way to connect with the agents. If you can start looking at their social media, you'll get a feel of what they're saying, what interests them, so that once you have your list, your target list, and you're ready to pull the trigger, you should, in one of your columns that you've written, so maybe have an Excel sheet or have a Google sheet that you can use, that has the tables that you can put in different information, or just keep a journal and write it down. I like to have a document on my computer that I can look at it. It makes it cleaner and easy, but whatever works for you. What you want to write down are 3 to 4 things about that agent that is specific to that agent. Maybe they like race cars. Maybe they're into old black and white movies. Maybe they have an addiction to Diet Coca-Cola. Maybe they love their matcha latte first thing in the morning. Those are little things. Write them down, because that's going to be something that you can connect with the agent with. You can say, "Oh my God, I worked at Coffee Bean for a year, and I can make the best matcha lattes around. And so I brought you one." You can that you have stuff to talk to them about. It's really hard to connect with an agent when you know nothing about them and it's all about you. When you meet with an agent, you want to be able to have stuff you can talk about. And I will tell you this as an actor. What I learned early on, and I do this all the time, is not to come in talking about me right away. I will talk about them first. Because then that opens them up in a different way. Instead, they're like, okay, so, all right, so tell me about yourself. No. Hey, how you doing, Bob Johnson? I just wanted to say thank you so much for meeting with me. I really enjoy you. I've watched some of your videos. I think you have really good information that you give actors, and that is why I wanted to meet you, because I think you represent what a good agent should be. And then you just, and I love the fact that you collect old antique watches, or I love the fact that you are part of the boys club, and you give back to young boys who don't have fathers, and you take them out on trips. Whatever it is, whatever the case is, as I'm saying that, I'm thinking, well, I don't know about that, because we don't we don't know if they have nefarious motives. But anyway, that's my brain just went to another place. So as an actor looking for a legit agent, you are going to go to IMDb Pro and look up actors that you like. Or you can also, if you have the name of an agent that maybe you saw them on a video and you go, oh, wow, they're kind of interesting, you can type their name in and then find out how big the agency is, how many agents they have, how many clients they have listed on IMDb Pro. It's something I will say, they may have a bunch of clients listed, but that might not be the entire list. So know that. Sometimes IMDb Pro is a little behind with information, but they give you something to look at and to figure out from there what it is you want to do. Uh, but IMDb Pro is what the business looks at, what the business recognizes, and as an actor, you need to have an IMDb Pro page. Side note, regarding your researching the agents. Okay, you also want to find out what type of agency it is. Is it a boutique agency? Is it a mid-size agency? Is it a top-tier agency? And match it to where you are currently. If you're a beginning actor, find a small agency who is legit, that you can start booking work with. That they get calls for under 5 lines. That's an on entry level for you. Because when you're starting out, most of the time you might get one line. You're going to get 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines, or 5 lines. You're not going to get any more than that there, because you are having to now create a reputation as an actor. So they're going to give you small lines first, and then as time progresses, then you can move up on from a featured player to a co-star or a guest star. But when you're starting out, you might get 1 line here, 2 lines there. So don't take it personal. That's just how things start. And then you can also go to Backstage. I forgot about Backstage. You can also go to Backstage and look up agents, because sometimes they will do interviews on Backstage, or they may have a list of agencies you can do. And go to Reddit. Reddit is a good place to look up agents and look up agent information. Um, uh, don't believe everything you hear there, because sometimes people are not ready as actors, and they will go on Reddit and just gripe and complain about this agent or whatever, but they're not telling their side of the story. They're not telling that they came to the agency and they were unprepared. They came late. They didn't have the tools. They don't know what they sell, yet they're blaming the agent. Take responsibility for your career. Be accountable for your material. Make sure your material is all in place. Again, in looking for the agent, make sure you have all your stuff together. Make sure you know what you sell. Make sure you have a great headshot. Make sure that you have subscribed to casting sites. So when you meet with them and they ask you certain questions, do you have pictures and resumes? Do you have this? You can say yes, 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 check them all off, and be able to present it to them. Say, hey, here's what I have. I will email you the rest of the stuff. Here's I am on the casting sites. These are the 3 casting sites that I subscribe to. Are there any sites that you think I should subscribe to? You want to give them tools. So we're doing all this research to find agents. So when you do start contacting them, that you have the tools to give them right at the first day that you meet with them, if if you guys feel like it's a match. Okay, so I am excited for you as an actor, having been an actor and a producer in this industry for over 40 some years. I love the business. I love acting. I love actors. I see actors get taken um, for by scammers too many times, which is why I started my YouTube channel. When I started it, it was called Common Sense Mamita. It is now Acting Smarter Now, and my channel name is Lydia Nicole Live. So you can go there. I've got over 800 videos regarding acting, interviews, tips, advice, cheat sheets, all kinds of great things. I also have a planner called Acting Smarter Planner. I have it in digital form. As an actor, you got to have a place to put all your information. Have one place, not have, a bunch of papers all over and you can't figure out, oh my God, I don't know where my audition information is. I created this book and this digital planner as well to help actors be organized, help you stay motivated, and be able to collect data for your career, to write in when you meet with agents, what you talked about, when you go on auditions, to write all that stuff down, to put in your have I have target sheets in the book and in the planner, in the digital planner. So you have target sheets of what shows you want to be on. I mean, it goes on and on and on. There's affirmations in there. There are even scriptures for my Christian brothers and sisters, because I live by scriptures daily. They feed me. I gobble scriptures. I gobble motivational stuff daily, because as an actor, we got to keep our head, our mindset right. And there's a lot of junk out there. And so, what are you doing to keep yourself clear and focused and intentional, and not get caught up in gossip, not get caught up in rumors, not get caught up in depression or negativity because you went on 2 auditions in one day and nothing happened. And you gotta keep focused on your big goal. It's not just about booking one job. It is about having a career in the industry, having a successful career in the industry. Well, I'm going to let you get back to what you need to be getting ready for today. God bless you. And tomorrow we will continue with how to reach out to agents and how to get signed. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okie dokie.